Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomicz, and today we are talking about some of the worst sneakers to come out in 2022. To be fair, I probably shouldn't say the worst, maybe the most controversial or the most polarizing, or maybe even the most misunderstood sneakers. It might be appropriate to preface this entire video with a mild trigger warning, for your opinion may well differ to mine. You see, whenever you call something the worst, it can really get people either on your side if they agree with you, or you can really piss people off. It is completely possible, and in my case, probably quite likely, that I have misinterpreted a design element, overlooked a subtle nuance in the storytelling, or have just completely failed to appreciate a particular sneaker's uniqueness. I'm also conscious of the fact that tastes can and often do change, and so I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up doing a U-turn in respect of how I feel about some of these sneakers, but let's just go through them and see how we go. So first of all, we're going to talk about Balenciaga. Now you can point to any number of Balenciagas. In fact, you can pretty much go to the Balenciaga store and just pick out any sneaker that they're currently selling and be like, what the fuck is going on here? Balenciaga are at this point running a social experiment. Like, this is common knowledge. One of the sneakers that created the most controversy this year were the distressed Balenciaga sneakers. These sneakers look like they've been found in the bottom of a dumpster that has been set fire to in the recent past. And the kicker is that they are $1,850. Now I know there's gonna be some hardcore like fashionistas out there saying,
you don't understand the concept, you can't comprehend the thought-provoking, avant-garde nature of these pieces.
And like, that's fine. I'm not a fashion dude, so I'm not gonna pretend to kind of like see the magic in amongst the chaos there. All I'll say is that these were pretty shocking. Next up, we've got the off-white blazer lows. Now I actually have a pair of the off-white blazer lows. I have the black pair. They do have a few cool things going for them. You can sort of customize them and change them up. I had to get these shoes in hand to kind of make my mind up on them, and after getting them in hand, my initial reservations were ultimately confirmed. The off-white Air Force One mids. And there is actually some pretty cool design inspiration in my opinion, not that I know this for a fact. Did you know that the Air Force One was originally conceived by Bruce Kilgore from a lightweight hiking boot designed by Trip Allen? And so I feel like Virgil, looking back into the history of the Air Force One, probably picked up on that design idea and sort of featured the hiking aesthetic with the addition of the spikes and stuff to the off-white version. I could be wrong about that, but it's a cool idea. All in all, these were just a little bit of a miss for me personally. I didn't like them, and so that's why they're here on the list. We've got more collabs, this time from Union with the Cortez. Some people out there really like the Union Cortez collab. I think the idea is cool, they're simple, they're pretty minimal. It's just the colorways that put me off these, to be honest. The next one I want to talk to is the Sacai Cortez. These just seem a little bit dangerous. Given the narrow, somewhat platform sole, they look like they are a rolled ankle waiting to happen. For me, the Sacai Cortez was a miss. The acronym Blazer, it was the addition of that big TPU heel piece that kind of put a lot of people off. They're not that bad, to be honest. Like the sneaker itself is okay. It's just that big like scaffolding on the back that feels a little bit superfluous and unnecessary. I think if you'd kind of like, if they hadn't brought the shoe out with that attachment, they would have been just fine. Billie Eilish had a few misses this year. I think Billie Eilish is great, and it's awesome to see some variety and variation from like Jordan Brand and Nike in their like collaborative partnerships and stuff like that. But I feel like there were a couple of misses from Billie. One was the KO Jordan 1 with the lime green sort of vault spew green. That was a bit of a miss for me. And then she did an Air Force One high with all of these straps that I felt were a little bit unnecessary. She did have like some okay ones. I even feel like her 15 wasn't that bad. I'm not a fan of the 15 by any stretch of the imagination, but I kind of feel like her rendition on the 15 wasn't too bad, so I'll give her a little bit of credit for that. The Jordan 1 backpacks, or are they called the stealths or something? I can't remember the name of them, but you know, they've got that little fanny pack or that little parachute on the back of them. I felt like those were a little bit of a miss, and they sort of spoke to this ongoing narrative wherein the Jordan 1 is going through every conceivable form that it possibly could. We've had all sorts of different Jordan 1s with like straps and zips and customizable where you can zip off the top, or customizable where you can chop off the top. There's been comfort models. Like, we've had all sorts of different types of Jordan 1s, and the addition of this fanny pack kind of felt like they were scraping the bottom of the barrel for different ways to reinvent the Jordan 1. And so for that reason, this extra backpack, I mean, it's like they think we don't wear pants with pockets anymore. It's not a bad shoe, it's not a bad looking shoe. Some people love the fanny pack, some people might feel like they need to have extra storage for, you know, small things like single keys or Tic Tacs, but to me it just felt a little bit over the top. Now, I've probably missed a whole bunch of sneakers that weren't quite it this year, so feel free to sound off in the comments and let me know the sneakers that you did not like this year. Now again, no offense intended to any of you if you happen to really like these shoes. I actually don't dislike these shoes. I don't really think they were the worst in a sense. I just think they were some of the sneakers that, had we not seen them, had they not come out, we would have been just fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the engagement. Don't forget to hit that like button and feel free to subscribe if you like amazing sneaker content like this. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.